you?
Alright.
You got tweet or I got tweet?
Go tweet.
Okay.
Deleting my practice file.
I don't.
Nice.
Alright. So, gonna count down from 3 and on go. So, 3, 2, 1, go. So, this is Aria of Sorrow, a GBA-Vania game from early 2000s. First thing, already a trick. So I failed it. That's something that can save time. It's an RNG manipulation that I have 1 frame to do. And if I do it right, the zombie will drop a specific weapon. It didn't happen, but I can just grab this short sword and it works just as well. Now we're gonna get this. Oh. So that merman drop is bad because I'm not gonna use it and it coming up on screen wastes time. But the other soul we got allows us to backdash, which is really nice. It can be used for a lot of things, including extending jump range. Did I save? Yeah, so now I'm gonna suspend to reset RNG, go back into the game, and now I'm gonna try to manipulate the first boss soul. So here's the first boss, Creaking Skull. Oh, and I failed it. So, unfortunately, it started spawning particle effects, which rotate the RNG. I was slightly too slow on doing that, but I do have backups. It's just gonna take slightly longer. But I'm gonna go get an ability soul past here, which is flying armor. Now I'm gonna equip that. Also equip short sword and suspend, which preserves my inventory and my health and everything, but takes me back to where I entered the room, and that's actually faster than backtracking through the room. Now I'm gonna climb up to the next area. Ah. Gotta play mind games with that skeleton. It's hard to predict where he's gonna go. Throwing a spear here makes that, well, it's supposed to have that wheel fall down onto the spear. Climb up here. You can jump slightly faster on the edges, which lets you climb slightly faster. Oh. Fell down. Getting 3 potions. It's nice you get 3 of them. Killing these guys really quickly because they have a chance to drop a couple things, either of which can speed up the next fight. Unfortunately, none of those drops happened, so I'm gonna have to go out of my way a bit to pick up a better weapon. Because currently, the weapon I have is not very good. Doesn't waste that much time, just a minor annoyance. Pick up the 3rd free potion. Use the backdash to extend our jump to over here. And it looks like an empty room, but it has this enemy in it, which is programmed, let's just say, whoops. I was saying, which is programmed, excuse me, rude.
Very well.
There, very well.
Third try, first try.
So, looking at the map, we moved a bit. Yeah. The way the rooms are connected in this game is completely nonsensical if you go through anything but the normal doors. Backdashing through these enemies is the best way to get through it. You can do something sort of fancy with jumping and killing the rocks that the rock armors are holding, but just backdash through them. You don't actually need the health for anything. Now we're in the study. So we skipped most of the chapel by skipping a boss with that zip off of the Cartobal Pasta, or Cartobal Pass. So those witches are also hard to predict. Grab the bastard sword, because I'm a bastard. Also nice little detail, the suspend icon for loading your quick save is an evil coffee cup. Because even Dracula needs his cup of joe. So, main thing about the bastard sword is it has this ridiculously long hitbox, which is really nice. Jump here, throw that. If you swing that at the right time, you can avoid that ectoplasm, but I'm taking a safety save, so it doesn't matter that I lose my NP. Curse will gradually drain you until you have empty NP. Heal up, take a safety save, and head to the, well, what's supposed to be the third boss, but we're actually fighting it second. Skip a cutscene. I can do that because I've cleared the game once on this, well, cartridge. Cough, cough, already. Float gracefully down into here. And third boss is Great Armor. So see, I'm doing 13 damage per swing here, and I'm actually speeding up my swings by jumping and then attacking, because the Bastard Sword is one of a class of weapons called light weapons, which, by the way, hitbox for the sword is great, for the enemy's sword. Light weapons cancel their attack animation when you land on the ground. If I did that fight with short sword, it does 6 damage per hit instead of 13, and has a much smaller hitbox, so... Also, I'm gonna drink 2 potions, because the glitch I'm going to do, and the reason I went here, it wasn't actually to get the double jump power-up, though that does help. It's actually to unlock the shop via the NPC that you saw when I skipped that cutscene. And the shop is also very well programmed in this game. Very well programmed, as you'll see when I backtrack back to the start of the castle. Fortunately, where I zipped in, there's also a warp room, and it'll take me right back to the start of the castle once I go through it. So... lure this guy into attacking upwards instead of slamming directly into me, which would not be very good for going fast. Back to the chapel. You can make this jump without flying armor, but it's very difficult. Those winged skeleton spawns are completely random, and I thought it was a good room until he just bonked me out of nowhere. Again, very rude. Okay. So here's the warp room. Go back to the start of the castle. Welcome back to zombie room. So now I'm going to open up shop, skip a little cutscene, sell everything but 2 items, go up to the top item, press R, and now I'm going to do some very specific inputs, 70 up inputs. Yeah. Left 1, sell, up 3, sell again, right 36, up 1, and left 14. Then I exit the shop, and so this is the debug menu. Also, I'm invisible. So what I just did was I used the shop's extremely good programming to overwrite the function pointer that would normally lead to the function that draws the main character. And I replaced it with a function that is the debug menu. So, move my cursor over 6. First of all, check out my stats for no reason, because I'm going to press A and, you know, they're the same. And so is where we are. And also I have, you know, all these items that I definitely had. And also I'm in the final area, which is totally where that door leads. So, you know, good game. Good, well-programmed shop menu.
Don't you hate it when you try to support capitalism
Ooh.
and you just end up...
That's never happened before.
Oh,
Succubus
that's never happened before, Tara.
Succubus has never grabbed me in this room. Now the hardest part of the rest of the run, which is making this jump while I'm invisible. Ah, almost had it. Ah. Come on. Made it. And now, conveniently, I also got the soul that allows me to swim. And here's the final boss. Which is, you know, what, boss number 3 we fought? So, the way this boss fight is supposed to work is each of these statues is sealing away one type of soul, so that I can't use it until I kill it. Unfortunately for this boss, I'm currently level 99 and have the best sword in the game. So, souls aren't really useful to me right now. And now moving on to stage 2. So there's 4 eyes in the corners of the screen when this loads in, and 1 orb in the center. Killing each eye lowers the armor of the orb. Also, there's this dragon snake, which ruins everyone's lives. Normally this would be a dangerous fight, and by the way, time's coming up when the orb catches fire. Normally a very hard fight, because once you get to like 300 HP, he can just combo you to death. But I have 1,000 HP. That's not it. That's a different effect. Time. So yeah. Debug menu, super broken. Now banned in any %, and I can see why. So Dracula's castle implodes. The plot of this game is that Dracula's castle has been sealed away inside a solar eclipse, which totally makes sense.
It's like the most Castlevania plot I've ever heard.
This actually takes place in the future, in the year 2036. Also, in the end credits, I'm still invisible. So, clearly the canonical ending of this game is that, though I've escaped from Dracula's castle with my life, I've tragically become invisible. And there's the staff roll. So, shoutouts to Iga, looking forward to Bloodstained, and thanks for having me.